What up, everybody? How's it going? It's Comic Crack. Had a flea market visit this afternoon. I felt like digging through some bins, so I went to see Mad Cat Dan at the flea market just down the road. There's a mini comic convention tomorrow as well, to one of our small comic cons. I'm hoping that I've got about an hour before this Union Christmas party, this family Christmas party, which starts at noon. The Comic Con opens at 10. The doors open at 10. I'm hoping I can get in there for a little bit before making it to the Christmas party. Yes, the urge is strong these days to dig through some bins. So, yeah, we'll just jump into some stuff that I picked up. So, the first couple of things I found at, I went to Galaxy to pick up my very small pull list, and I think actually the only book that was on it was a My Little Pony comic for my daughter. She's got I think does she have two books on that pull list? I'm not sure. Maybe it's only down to that one. So I dug in their back issue bins there at Galaxy. They've got some good stuff. Their prices aren't the best for some of the back issues. So it's not kind of like a first place that I go to when I'm hunting for back issues, but I do kind of know what kind of stuff they're going to have. So I was hopeful I would find this stuff. I was actually hoping to find more. I'm looking for some Richard Corbin stuff that he did for Marvel. There was a Punisher one shot that he did the art for that I was hoping to find. I was hoping to find that Banner miniseries that he did. And I'll show you some other stuff that I found. But right off the bat, still on my Trad Moore kick, this is Little Bird issue number 1. It's the second printing, and it's got a Trad Moore cover. I was kind of surprised to find this. I just thought this might be next to impossible to find anymore, but they actually had a few Little Bird. If you don't know this book, Ian Bertram on art on the inside, Matt Hollingsworth on colors, Darcy Van Polgeest is the writer. This is a fantastic story. 2019 is when this came out. Really good. I'm a huge fan of House of Penance that Ian Bertram did the art for. I really love his style. This was a great little miniseries. I think this came out as a hardcover collection as well too. I think there was 3 printings on this first issue here, so I wanted to get the Tradmore version there, and it's really just beautiful stuff. So yeah, if you don't know this, this is worth checking out. Again, even if only for the Bertram art there. Such a good artist, man. Don't know what's happened to him lately. There you go. I don't know where he is these days. I should search him out online to see what else he's doing, if he's still working on comics at all or not. So that was great. And then the other thing that I found at Galaxy, 3-issue H.P. Lovecraft Haunt of Horror from Marvel Max, that is all Richard Corbin. I think, does he write it as well too? I think he does everything. Yeah, adapted by Richard Corbin, story art and cover art. So this is great. I was really happy to find this. I didn't actually, out of all the things I was searching for, I didn't think that I would find this in their back issue bins. I was surprised that I didn't find that Punisher single issue, to be honest. They had quite a bit of Punisher Max stuff and a bunch of the one-shots, but this wasn't one of the, or Corbin, sorry, wasn't one of them. So beautiful black and white Corbin here. Really glad he was able to kind of continue to get work at all sorts of places, and not just have to rely on independent. Although he was doing pretty good with all his Dark Horse stuff. And then you always get a preview of the next issue there. So just kind of show you the covers there. So there's number 2. I think there might have been a second series of this, but I'm not 100% sure. What year did this come out? 2008 is when this 3-issue miniseries came out. And then there's the cover for number 3 there. So Interesting colors on these, actually. Now that I'm seeing them side by side, the blue and the green and this tan color. Yeah, there you go. So that's from Galaxy Comics. Going to see Dan at Mad Cat at Thirsty's is always a treat. He's got a ton of bins. He had a couple of bins that he pulled out from under some tables for me to flip through. Yeah, and he was talking to me about his guy up north, and he contacted him recently, I guess. Anything you want me to send you? And I kind of told Dan, I'm like, man, if he's got more 90s Fantagraphics or Eros comics, tell him to send a box of those. I'll take them. Just get him to send whatever he's got. So hopefully he's able to get some more of that stuff in. A lot of the stuff I had looked through before, but it's nice to go back and visit every couple of months because he does rotate his stuff. Yeah, I mean, he ends up rotating his stuff. He's got so much of it. So there were some nice gems in there. In the Beautiful Stories for Ugly Children series, this is issue number 19. Nice Girls Don't Massacre Ants. The couple of issues of this that I have that I read, I did enjoy. So I figured, why not give this one a shot? These were they were all 50-cent books. It's all 50-cent bins that I was looking through. The usual kind of illustrated stories here. So I've got most of this series now, so I may just kind of try to finish it off and find the last few. I should get back into reading this, actually, now that I have another one to add to the stack. That's Piranha Press there. Always good to find some Caliber Presents. This is the last issue from the first volume of Caliber Presents here. I think there was a volume 2 as well. You can see it's a little loved on the edges there, but that's okay. Looks like Starlin Baxter, Bill Widener, Brent Carpenter, Alan Oldham, R.G. Taylor, Chris Jones. Oh, a little Caliber preview of the Zone Continuum. I've got one of those we talked about before. Yeah, so this is 1991 here. Looks like some interesting stuff. Caliber Presents anthology. You know what you're going to get with an anthology. I think these are worth picking up. I just don't see them too often. Yeah, at 50 cents. And I end up seeing kind of the same few issues that I have. But at 50 cents, well worth it. Yeah, here we go. There's a Zone Continuum. So an advanced preview of, was it a 3-issue series? 4-issue series coming out in November. Yeah, still looks good, even seeing it again. Look at that. That's great. Great stuff there. So there you go, Caliber Presents. Found some random Grendel stuff. Not a lot of it, but the few that he had, I grabbed because I just kind of want to slowly chip away at this. So this is Grendel Tales, 4 Devils, 1 Hell, issue number 2 and 5 of 6. This one might be a double for me. I'm not sure. I don't think my CLZ app was up to date on my Grendel stuff. So this looks good. James Robinson, Teddy H. Christensen. What do we got here? 1993 for this one. Pretty good looking art in here. I like it quite a bit when I flipped through earlier. Really like the coloring as well too. Let's see. Matt Wagner cover painting. Teddy H. Christensen art, lettering, and cover design. So I'm assuming he did everything coloring as well too. So since they don't have a colorist listed, yeah, this looks really good actually. Maybe if I make it to the con, I can keep my eye out for some of these gaps in the Grendel stuff and check that out. So 2 of those. He also had a few copies of this one. Devil by the Deed. I think it's a 3-issue miniseries. So this one has some pinups from Mike Allred, Guy Davis, Kelly Jones, Teddy Christensen again, Tim Sale, John K. Snyder. The main art itself, main story itself, Bernie Moreau and Catherine Delaney on the covers. And then Matt Wagner is the creator, writer, and illustrator inside here. So you get his style, which doesn't look too bad. Again, the coloring is really, feels like it's doing a lot of the work here, but nice kind of page layouts too. Looks pretty good. But I mean, when you get to the pinups, here's when you get some of the gold. Let's go to the pinups while we're flipping. So there we go. Some Allred. All this damn glossy paper on all these books tonight. Let's see the Guy Davis. Yeah, fuck yeah. Amazing. He's so great, man. Kelly Jones. There's the Tim Sale there. Yeah, good stuff. And then finally for Grendel, 3 more issues from the War Child 10-issue series. So 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, again, I just got a few of these. I haven't started in on any of these. Matt Wagner, created, written, and inked by Matt Wagner, penciled Patrick McKeown. Color art by Bernie Moreau and Catherine Delaney again. Doesn't say a year in the front. This looks really great. I love the coloring in this one, actually. So there we go. A couple more Grendel to add to the stacks. Liberty Annual 2011. So Comic Book Legal Defense Fund issue from Image Comics. I don't see these around ever. I know a little bit about it. So I figured give it a shot. Mark Waid and Jeff Lemire in here. A whole bunch of artists. We get some Elephant Man, some Naked Elephant Man. Judd Winnick. Yeah. Curious about this. Here we go. Isn't this Craig Thompson? Yeah, Craig Thompson on this one here from Blankets and Ginseng Roots, which is always a good reminder that I really should get some more ginseng roots. So why not give it a shot? See what it's like. There was a second volume of Manhattan Projects that I never ended up picking up. I love the Patera art. Is it Nick Patera? Yes, Nick Patera. I have the first volume. It was one of those books. I think I was getting it when it was coming out. Yeah, 2015. So I was picking it up when it was coming out, and I sort of fell off it near the end. I think there were some issues at the end that I missed. And then I didn't know that they did a second volume, which I think was only a few issues. And I have issue number 1 that I found, but I don't find the second volume an awful lot. So, you know, again, incentive to maybe go back and read it. I was really digging it when I was reading it. But like I said, it just, you end up falling off of books because you can't pick up everything that's new. So that was great. Unfortunately, no other ones. This was the only issue that he had. Too bad. But Manhattan Projects. This one just looked intriguing. Again, 50 cents. I'm not the biggest Chip Zdarsky fan, but I really liked the look of the art on this one. This is issue 2 of Kaptara. What year do we have here? 2015 for this one. It looked good, and again, 50 cents. Yeah, it's the art that draws me into this one for sure, not necessarily the Chip Zdarsky. Not to say that he's probably not just a fine writer. He's just not, in my limited experience reading his stuff, it's not totally sold. But this looks really nice though. Captain Harlock series that I didn't know about. I don't know if Gore, if you're watching this in the future. This is the Machine People from Eternity, issue number 3. He had a bunch of these. He had like 8 of these, but no other issues, which was too bad. Issue number 3, it says there, but in here it says issue 1 of 4. May 1993 is when this came out. Black and white. Tim Eldred, Robert W. Gibson writing. It looks fine. I'm really fascinated by the Captain Harlock stuff these days. I'd love to finish off that first run from Eternity, and then see what this one's about. So there you go. So look at that one. And much to my surprise, again, for Gore Vidal watching in the future, a stacked Cthulhu hand. Luke, how are you, man? Happy holidays to you as well. Oh, Colin, there you are. 1993, that's pretty late for Eternity. Yeah, it seems to be. But it's also a different logo too, isn't it? So, I mean, not that I know off the top of my head where they were based out of, but I'm assuming it's the same Eternity, even with that weird E logo. Because at this time, let's have a look. There was an ad as well in here, wasn't there? Yeah, with this E now on sale every month. So I'm not sure what the deal is there with that different logo. It must imply some sort of sub label that they were doing or something. Who knows? Anyway, a stack of Cerebus Jacka's story. I've almost got it all now of Jacka's story. So this is the most I've ever seen in one box of this particular storyline. I'm starting here because it's one that Gore Vidal had suggested is a good place. Is a really, really good story. I still kick myself for not picking up the phone books of Cerebus when I saw them. That was a mistake on my part. I should have just started grabbing them when I saw them, but I didn't. And you're goddamn right, I don't. You're 100% right. But hey, we've all got a sickness. Hello, Chris. So part 10 of it, part 11, 12, and 14, and 15, and 17, and 18. Some really great covers. 20, and part 21. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let's just flip this one open here. So I'm very, very excited to get into these. Actually, I'm missing part 1 and 2. So again, these will be, I should make notes of things to look for tomorrow if I make it. This should be top of the list to try to find the final issues of this, so I can start reading this. Beautiful, really nice. Like, look at that. Even the lettering is gorgeous. Yeah, so there you go. A stack of Cerebus there, Gore. A little bummed out by this next one. I thought it was a 3-parter, and it turns out it's a 4-part miniseries. We talked about Epic Comics. Damien was talking about some Epic Comics. They're the heavy hitters, I think it was. That line is very hit and miss. Epic is generally kind of hit and miss. This one, I really like the art on this one, though. Lance Barnes, post-Nuke Dick. Like I said, a 4-issue miniseries, unfortunately. 1993, again. All of these boxes must have transported here from 1993. Seems to be the date. Yeah, just on a quick flip through, I really dug the kind of wild looking art. Guys in dog suits on trial. So I thought I'd give it a try, and especially because, like I said, I thought it was a 3-issue fucking series. So now I'm stuck looking for the 4th issue, or we'll just leave it at this, because who knows, maybe I'm not missing anything. But I really like the looks of this. I should give credits here. Writer Stefan Petruka, artist Barry Crane, colorist Steve Bucalato. Yeah, and I already said 1993. So there's issue number 1, number 2, and number 3. Love the look of this chef there. So yeah, we'll see. How can you say no to a Dave Stevens fucking Comico or Kamiko Christmas special? You had a few copies of this one as well too, and how the hell are you going to pass this up? Especially when all stories by Doug Wheeler, Bernie Moreau, Tim Sale, Bill Willingham, Ken Holzinski, Al Williamson, and Steve Rude. And then, like I said, the cover by Dave Stevens. So, shit, man. Why the hell not? Let me guess. Oh, no, 1988. I was going to say 1993. 1988 on this one. So this might just be a fun one. In hindsight, I should have just picked them all up. I think there was 2 or 3 issues. Could have handed them out to some friends with kids, possibly. That's assuming that all of this is going to be kid friendly. Well, a drunken Santa, maybe not. Send him to my enemy's children. There you go. So that's that. Bertram is working on the next part of Little Bird called Precious Machines or something like that. Oh, great. That's good to know. Thanks for that. Another great surprise. I had one of these that I never found any other issues of it, so I ended up trading it away. This was the issue that I did have at one point, but it's long gone. But I found the entire 7-issue Elric series, and I'm not so keen on Elric, but I do fucking like me some P. Craig Russell, and it's P. Craig Russell on this whole thing, Tops and Dark Horse, 1997 on this one. And yeah, coloring by Laverne Kinzierski and Digital Chameleon, lettering by Galen Showman. It's P. Craig Russell, man. Like, how can you say no? Look at these pages. It looks gorgeous. Really looks good. It's why I picked up that other issue in the first place, but I just never saw this anywhere. So having the whole thing in one swoop for 50 cents a pop. Yes, please. Really looking forward to this, actually. I'm hoping there's some Norse mythology type vibes going on in here. But who knows? Again, Elric's not exactly a character that captures my heart by any stretch. But goddamn P. Craig Russell. I need some better lighting up in here. There's number 3. Great cover there. Number 4. Look at this shit. That's fantastic, man. I really dig this. That's a good one too. And then number 7. Comedy is over. You must be on a bit of a delay there, Chris. Kaptara is Zdarsky's He-Man tribute. Oh, well, there you go. Perfect. Just what I was looking for. And another one I've been looking for a while. This is a Marvel. It's Curse of the Weird. I have issue number 2 and 3. I think this was a 4-issue mini as well, too. And it reprints some old sci-fi and horror stuff. This one has a Basil Wolverton, 1993. What do you know? It has also some Ditko here. So these are great. The other two I really enjoy. So nice to find this one. I didn't find issue number 4. They did have 2 and 3 again as well, and it was almost one of those cases of why don't I just buy all 3, but I didn't. So some Russ Heath here. Adventures in Terror number 4. You did a quick scan. Okay. Yeah, it's good stuff. Let's get to the Basil Wolverton. I think it's next here. Some write-ups about Comics Code and monster movies, or monster comics rather. There you go. There's the Basil. And this one I've got reprinted elsewhere too, but I don't know, man. I don't think you can ever get enough Basil Wolverton, especially shit like that. It's so great. Absorbed by the eyeball. Damien showed these off in a video he did recently, and I had no idea they existed. And lo and behold, I found 4 of them today. I've never seen them before. So there must have been something in the air to telling me to go to the flea market. I'm very excited about these. These, I think, are going to be fun. I'm a Will Eisner fan. I do like Spirit. I think Damien is the Spirit guru in our corner of YouTube for sure. But I'm very excited. This is kind of pre-war Spirit yarns. Was it 9 issues or was it 10? I don't remember. Damien said he just finished the series. He found the final issue. I'm very glad to stumble across these, man. I don't know if I'll see any more of them ever anywhere, but there you go. Got a couple. 19 and 92. Yeah, these are definitely the 93 and 92 bins. 4 big stories from 1940. This is the Spirit, the origin years. So it looks great. There was one in issue number 9. Yeah, this stuff in issue 9 looked pretty sharp. There you go. A couple of copies of this as well. Bernie Wrightson's Captain Stern, Running Out of Time. I've seen this around before. For the Love of Comics, hello, how are you? I've seen this around before, and again, I've just never picked it up. So I figured I'd grab it this time. It's not something I would normally be really drawn to. It doesn't absolutely appeal to me, but today it did. Today something caught my eye about it, so it's not bad by any stretch. And yeah, I mean, it's worth digging into. I'd say they're fun stories. I do really enjoy them. I have a boatload of it, and I'm far from. I have not even come close to reading all of it, but it's pretty good shit. Dark Horse Futures. So a little promo of upcoming Dark Horse titles from 1989. Yeah, just kind of a neat artifact to have. Just gives you kind of ads basically for upcoming Dark Horse titles. There's for Concrete and The American. Anybody know much about this series, The American? He had some issues of this there as well. Quite a lot of issues, actually. I didn't bother picking any of them up, but Mark Verheiden, illustrated by Doug Braithwaite and Randy Emberlin. One of the things that's cool in here, so there's the Abyss and Flaming Carrot, is that it has an ad for Hard Boiled from Frank Miller and Jeff Darrow, so that's pretty cool to see that in there. Goddamn phone shadow. Need one of those ring lights, huh? Luther Arkwright, Cheval Noir. So yeah, this is kind of great. I've never seen this before. It makes sense that you would do some sort of promo rag for what you have coming out. Starstruck, there you go. Elaine Lee, Michael Kaluta. I think Elaine Lee just posted today on Twitter talking about is it a new Starstruck collection that's come out? It feels like she's really been milking that Starstruck over the years. I do enjoy the series. I think the Kaluta art is beautiful in it. But there you go. So that's kind of cool. That was kind of cool to find. Amazing cover too. Roller Coaster, a Fantagraphics magazine. The Spirit is great, although with a volume out there, there are some less than stellar ones, absolutely. But when it's good, it's very, very good, absolutely. Roller Coaster, I've seen it there before and left it behind, but today I was in the mood for it. Rich Tommaso, 1996. I think this was the only issue that came out of this one. Yeah, I mean, Fantagraphics, I feel like I just have to pick up everything that says Fantagraphics these days. I don't think there's any good reason not to. They were the best publisher around, and they still are. But this looks pretty good. I mean, you know, I know Tommaso's name and I know a bit of his work. I don't think I've ever read anything. This doesn't, again, just even flipping through this, doesn't blow me away, but Fantagraphics, so willing to give it a shot. And then finally, a couple of kind of oddball ones that caught my interest. 4 final books here. I think Colin might have shown this one off in the past. Alternate Heroes from Prelude Graphics. I think this was only the one issue. 1986 was this one. Pardon me. Let's see. Oh no, this was New York. I thought for some reason I had it in my head that this was a Canadian publisher, but obviously not. Yeah. Yeah. It was sitting there staring at me in the box. Really early Tommaso work. I thought I'd at least heard of all Fantasiers, but I guess they had a lot of them. Well, that's we've talked about that before. Me and Colin have talked about that before. It's incredible, especially at that time period, how much they were putting out in kind of single issue magazines, how many magazines they had going, how many just single issue comics they had or mini series. Because it's the same. I see stuff out there with Fantagraphics written on it, and I no fucking never heard of it whatsoever. Which is great. I love that. I'm glad that there's a lot more out there to discover. So, I mean, this looks competent enough. It maybe doesn't look as rough as I would have liked, but there's nothing wrong with it. Did I give the credits properly? I probably didn't, and that's probably because they're not written in here properly. Hal Jones, is that what that says? Alternate Heroes, featuring the Solar Knight, the Crime Hater, and the Equalizers. Part 1, Initiation. Yeah, Palestine Joe Sacco, a single issue series, 9 issues, and I had no idea. Yeah, and then Yahoo was the other one, the first one from Joe Sacco as well, too. Which I'm still looking to finish off that little run as well. This one was a no-brainer. It's called The Protectors from New York Comics. All you need to see, in my mind, all you need to see is that cover to know that you must own this, or at least I must own this and show it to you. Never seen it before. Printed at Solson Printing. 1986, so the golden year. It began with a daydream adventure. That's the way my stories usually begin. I pick an adventure that sort of formulates in my mind and play it out. I was Randy, my wife Linda, Iris, my sister Gail was Jean, spelled masculine, by the way, because the character suits it. Pardonnez-moi. So Brett Axel, Spencer Bernard, and then inks and lettering by Fred Thornton Jr. This looks like a Power comic if there ever was one. What's all this text at the bottom? This goes through the whole thing. It's like running narration right along the bottom of the page. Yeah, I mean, this looks unbelievable. James Douglas, hello. Look at all the funny picture books. Yes, that's exactly what we're doing, looking at funny picture books. Yeah, so this looks fantastic. Reagan's Raiders there, an ad. Yeah, amazing stuff. There you go. How can you say no? So where was this from? Was this a Caliber? Yeah, division of Caliber Press, Gauntlet Comics. 4 issues, I think this was, and all of them had these wraparound covers. This is what drew me to it for sure. This wraparound cover was, this is Tech Q. Again, a no-brainer just seeing that. This one didn't have a bag, so I had a chance to flip through it. And unfortunately, the interior art wasn't as, as exciting as the front cover. As good as it is, it's still really good, but there was something about this cover that I was hoping would translate inside. But on a second look of this, this does still look pretty fucking amazing, though. Yeah, some of these absolutely are text heavy there, James. No doubt about it. Protectors looks like an incredible train wreck. Perfect. Yeah, absolutely. The joy of these books, right? But yes, some of them absolutely can be very text heavy, trying to make up for their sometimes lack of artistic skills and pummel you to death with a story. So that I'm very excited about this one, actually looking at this one again. And then this one, the cover again was all that I needed. This is it's a 2-issue series, I found out. But this is called Hades. And I mean, motherfucker, look at this cover. Yeah, the interior art is yes, I agree with you. It's still great, no doubt. No doubt about it. Tim Tyler, 1995, Doom Theater from Illinois. This is a thick book, and this looks in mint condition. Oh, okay, yes. Hello. Oh, this is Hex, by the way. Google updated my username. Okay. Yeah, this looks fantastic inside, but the cover really caught my attention. Look at this. Looks good. Yeah, 2 issues. There's some pinups at the back that really had a Tim Truman Grimjack type of vibe, or there's a definite Tim Truman vibe to the face there for sure. Yeah, this looks really good. Unfortunately, no luck for a second issue. So you look at this guy, like that's definitely like a Tim Truman character. That's absolutely a Grimjack. Yeah, I might sit down and read this one tonight. This looks promising. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. Let's get to the back here. Jeremiah Claw Gallery. And there you go. Doom Theater #1. That's a beefy book. I just love that cover though. It's really great. Looks just like pencil crayon, and that lettering of Hades is fantastic. Yeah. So there you go, everybody. That is it. That's the stack. Thanks very much, everybody hanging out. It's good to see you all. Like I said, I'm hoping I can make it to that con tomorrow for a bit. The urge is still there for digging in bins. And we'll see. I mean, I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen some of these guys. I missed the last small convention, so I'm hopeful that maybe there's a couple of new faces as well. New faces always means new bins, new comics. No chat tomorrow. And probably next week we'll be back. I'm sure we will. And possibly a guest. We were supposed to have a guest this weekend, but we just couldn't make the chat happen this Sunday. So next week, join us next week, and we'll do our chat, I think, on either Rasa or my channel. We'll see how it goes there, but keep a lookout. We'll be around. Right on. Thanks, everybody. Later.